Imagine walking into a luxury car dealership wearing a traditional thobe, flashing a black American Express card, and leaving with a brand new Ferrari, without ever paying a single dollar of your own money. For nearly 30 years, a man named Anthony Gignac did just that. To the world's ultra-wealthy, he wasn't Anthony Gignac. He was His Royal Highness Prince Sultan Bin Khalid Al-Saud, a member of the Saudi Arabian royal family with an endless supply of oil money. He stayed in multi-thousand-dollar-a-night penthouses, flew on private jets, bought fake diplomatic license plates, and hired heavily armed private security teams with forged government badges. Over 3 decades, he scammed luxury brands, banks, real estate moguls, and international investors out of more than $8 million. But the craziest part of this story isn't how he pulled it off for 30 years. It's the ridiculously small 3-word food order that brought his entire fake empire crashing down to the ground. To understand how someone successfully pretends to be a Saudi prince for 30 years, you have to go back to 1970 in Bogota, Colombia. Anthony Gignac was born into extreme poverty. After being orphaned at a young age, he and his brother were adopted by an American family and raised in Michigan. By all accounts, Gignac struggled to fit in, but as a teenager, he discovered something fascinating. People treat you completely differently if they think you have money. At just 17 years old, Gignac tried out his very first scam. He walked into a high-end hotel in Michigan, claimed to be a Saudi prince, and managed to run up thousands of dollars in unpaid bills before anyone realized he was just a kid from the Midwest. He was arrested, but instead of learning his lesson, Gignac realized something bigger. The lie worked. The police stopped him because he was young, but if he perfected the persona, refined the accent, and dressed the part, the world's richest people would hand him whatever he wanted. By the late 1990s and early 2000s, Gignac had fully transformed himself into Prince Sultan. He didn't just tell people he was a prince, he created an entire ecosystem of credibility around himself. He created fake diplomatic documents, set up shell companies with official-sounding names, and registered fake websites that made him look like a legitimate member of the Saudi royal house. He moved to Fisher Island in Miami, one of the wealthiest zip codes in America, and rented a lavish penthouse apartment. Outside his door, he placed a plaque reading Royal Family. Whenever he went out in public, he traveled with a full entourage. He hired bodyguards, assistants, and drivers who legitimately believed they were working for Saudi royalty. If a luxury store or hotel hesitated to extend him credit, Gignac would put on a show. He'd throw a massive tantrum, accuse them of disrespecting royal protocol, and threaten to pull millions in future business. Terrified of losing a high-net-worth client, managers would apologize, waive the upfront payments, and give him whatever he wanted. During this time, Gignac set his sights on a major target, a billionaire real estate developer named Jeffrey Soffer, who owned the famous Fontainebleau Hotel in Miami. Gignac approached Soffer's investment team, claiming he wanted to purchase a multi-million-dollar stake in the hotel on behalf of the Saudi royal family. To prove his goodwill, Soffer showered Prince Sultan with luxury gifts, including over $50,000 in custom Cartier jewelry. For months, the hotel deal dragged on. Gignac was living like a king, eating at top-tier restaurants and soaking in the prestige. Then came November 2017. Soffer invited Gignac to a high-profile business lunch to finalize the paperwork. The table was filled with expensive food and wine. Gignac sat down, looked over the menu, and ordered a plate of prosciutto, a type of cured Italian pork. To anyone else at the table, it was just an appetizer. But Jeffrey Soffer immediately froze. The Saudi royal family is devoutly Muslim. Consuming pork in public is strictly forbidden under Islamic law, and a genuine Saudi prince would never publicly order bacon or prosciutto at a business lunch. Suspicious for the first time, Soffer didn't confront Gignac directly. Instead, he hired a team of private security investigators to do a deep background check on Prince Sultan. Within days, the investigators uncovered the truth. There was no royal trust fund, no diplomatic immunity, and Prince Sultan was actually an ex-con from Michigan named Anthony Gignac. Soffer immediately contacted the FBI. Federal agents raided Gignac's Miami penthouse and found a mountain of evidence: Counterfeit diplomatic license plates, fake badges, thousands in cash, forged financial documents, and stolen credit cards under dozens of fake names. In 2019, Anthony Gignac stood before a federal judge. His 30-year run was officially over. He was sentenced to 18 years in prison for wire fraud, identity theft, and impersonating a foreign diplomat. Anthony Gignac managed to fool bank executives, hotel owners, and billionaires for 3 decades, all because people were so blinded by the idea of wealth that they failed to ask basic questions. It proves that if you act confident enough and wrap yourself in enough luxury, people will believe almost anything. What do you think was the craziest part of Gignac's story? Was it the fact that he pulled it off for 30 years, or that a piece of ham brought down an $8 million scam? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to InsightRiser for more unbelievable true stories.